What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Burndown YouTube channel. So hopefully today we get this thing knocked out of the park and accomplished. So before we even start, I want to kind of clarify something because I can already hear the comments again. So these videos are a little delayed, but I have this guy set up still. Just like in the last video when I checked it. What I did find though is after I turned that video off, I actually took it apart and I threw a feeler gauge in between that clip on the turbine shaft. This guy, it's down inside. There's a little C-clip that you put on, right? So just out of curiosity, because when I pick up on this, like I said before, I was like, oh, I pick it up like a little bit and then it jumps. Well, I learned in doing this that you pick it up and it'll jump, and when it stops, that's just the play in that clip section, right? So I was able to stuff like a 25 thou in there, like, you know, and it was kind of snug, but it wasn't like super tight. And then when I put it all back together, my fingers are raw from testing and staring at the gauge just to make sure. But I pick it up, it's about 28 thousandths is what that gap is between that ring and that shaft and the overdrive, I believe it's overdrive assembly. So you pick it up and then it bottoms out. And then you lift up from there, and that is the end play. So I'm glad I didn't rush it, and I trusted my gut, because I'm like, this seems loose, I don't know, something's weird, and it's better to just stop, take a minute, and actually understand it, instead of just go, I don't get it, I'm just gonna say it's okay. That's what we all wanna do, that's what I would really like to do. But in doing so, I found out that when you pick it up, and then it stops, boop, let me see if I can do it one-handed, I'm probably gonna fudge it up, but there you go. See that? So that point there, that's just the play till it hits that clip, right? And then you give it the heave-ho. You gotta actually pick up on it, and you gotta grip it. That's why I have the t-shirt there, because my fingers are getting raw. I don't know if you can see it from like jerking on the thing a bunch. That sounded really awkward. Anyways, the number I came up with definitively that I'm gonna say where this is 24 thousandths, right? That is over. It's 4 to 22 is what we're looking for. So I was still correct in assuming that we were loose. I want to be on the tighter end of that. But now, because my boys from War Performance are so awesome, I have this. I'll show you. This is the Sonics End Play. And it's funny, just looking at these, I was like, I don't know where this goes, but I recognized this pattern. And I had an idea. I just didn't want to believe it. Well, Sonics has instructions for it. And it's in pretty much the bottom of the case. I don't think I have to take everything out. I may be wrong, but we got to basically dig the pump out, all the snap rings. We're going to fill this whole table full of parts again. And then you and I are going to slap some of these dogs in here. And I'm going to write down the number before I forget. So 24 thousandths. So we're looking for, I got to take 20 thousandths out of that to get it to the 4,000 range. So I'm going to measure these before I even get started and set them off to the side and go, these are our golden dudes that we want to stick in there. I'm kind of hesitant to go, I think they're like 10 thou a piece, I want to say. And just to slap two of them in and call it good, because I just don't want it to be tight. But then again, I'm picking up on it with my fingers, and if I can read 24, I think the transmission is going to have a bit more force than the old beep boop that I'm doing to it. So I will make a decision as we go. Let me mic these out. I'll tell you what my plan is, and then you and I will disassemble this turkey, which I could probably do that on camera because it's pretty quick at this point. It's just putting it back together and making sure it's in order. But let me get rolling and we'll get started. Maybe we'll at least time lapse me digging the guts out of this thing or something. Ta-da! All right, well, that is why transmission building is not fun, I imagine. I knew as soon as I saw the shape of those, I was like, man, that's in the bottom. Well, I was correct. So we are back to square one. And I'm sweating my face off. I'm out of topo. Oh, this episode's going sideways in a hurry. But let me show you. So see this shim there? It's got the same deal as this guy, the same shape. I have the instructions on my phone. When I figure out exactly where it goes, I believe it has something to do with this dude over here, unfortunately. So let me get to business. We'll figure it out as soon as I know exactly where it goes. We'll show you guys. We're gonna throw the 20 thousandths down. And I feel better about my decision to just go straight to the 20. Because if I put it all back together and we pull it, boop, and it's like way out again, I would be a sad, sad dude. So figure it out. I'll show you guys that. And then we will slam it all back in and we will shoot for the moon. All right, we are on Struggle Street. I'm getting tired, man. But I put it all together and the end play was too tight. So then I figured we'd swap, or the rear end play. So I swapped out, I had 20 thousandths worth of shim there. So I swapped it out for a 15. So I've got a 15 now down underneath this guy. And then I was also thinking about this because I plopped these on top of this bearing on the last video. So I'm like, you know what, the shims don't go there. So since we had to pull this apart, we put them on underneath. So I still have the 20. We're still gonna give it a go. And then this goes on top, like so. So let me assemble again. I'm just gonna do the midsection so we can get the end play decent, and then I'll bring you back if we can get that decent, and then we'll keep rolling. All right. No extra parts, no extra pieces. We have reached the part of the video where you may or may not see a grown man cry. I've been out here struggling. I've had this thing together and apart a bunch. I'm gonna pull up on the turbine shaft. We're gonna see where we're at. But what I ended up doing was, I don't have any shims in the bottom of the case anymore. I used 20 thousandths shims like the ones that I showed you guys from that Sonics kit to space the sun gear. I was trying to put both sets of shims in there, and then when I clip it down, I didn't have any end play. So I was like, racking my brain, and the best I could come up with was, we left the shims out in the bottom, and then we spaced the sun gear. So then I have 6 on the bottom, and now we're gonna find out what we have on the top, if that tightened it up. So let's find out. I'll just leave it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live like that one guy said. And then I'll definitely just have stuff in my eyes when this doesn't work. It's because there'll be dust or something. It's not tears, right? I set this thing up. I'll show you guys that we got it zeroed out pretty good. I didn't intentionally. Well, here we go. I think I can roll the apparatus around. Okay, so the play was like 24, and then it'd go more than that. So let's do it. Of course, I have to face away from the camera when I'm pulling on it. I'm just avoiding doing it. That's all we're doing. We're avoiding the disappointment. 1, 2, 3. Wish me luck. I think there's something in my eyes, guys. I think there's something in my eyes. No, I'm not gonna cry, but we actually went backwards. So I don't know. So I don't have any shims in the end of the case now. I had 20 thou at the bottom, and then we shimmed the sun gear trying to get the front end play, right? So with the 20 thousandths in there, I had 6 thousandths end play, but now I have a whole lot more travel on the front. We're going, I don't even know what it was. It's ridiculous land. I think it was 40. See? So there's our clip. I'm gonna pull it more. To the moon, end play to the moon. So, on a good note, positive note, everything's in the transmission. It's easy to pack up for the day and walk away and do some research and figure it out, because at this point, we'll have to pull this whole thing back apart, because I think shimming the bottom of the case was better, because I was only like 24 thousandths out. Now we're like miles away. I don't even want to do the math right now, but yeah, man, this is getting, it's no joke, but take your time to do it right, and this is part of the learning process, is failing. So if you're afraid to fail, please don't do this, because you're not going to be happy like me. I think I got something in my eyes. I gotta go. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.